Hello everybody and welcome back to Innocent Life. It is now the third Sunday in spring, the 28th. So today we are going to be attending the Spring Festival. Before we do that, however, we want to make sure that we've done everything that needs to get done for the day. The only thing that we're able to do today is get our checkup from Dr. Hope and go to the festival. And it goes on all day, so once the festival is over, we're not able to return home and finish up anything that we may not have done for the day. You'll automatically come home and go to bed, and you'll wake up on Monday. So if you have any crops that need to be harvested, or you want to do a little bit of mining or gathering or anything like that, then feel free to do that now, as you may miss out, and you'll have to wait until Monday. So I'm just going to go ahead and harvest a couple of things here. We've got some asparagus that has come in. It looks like we also have some strawberries that have come in as well. And then we should be able to get our money for all this stuff tomorrow. And unlike other Harvest Moon games, the season isn't over on the 30th day. Each season actually lasts 35 days, so I'm not going to worry too much about destroying any of the crops yet, because we still have quite a few days left in the season for some of this stuff to grow back and yield us some more crops. The asparagus, for example, might grow back once more before the season ends. I'm just going to continue on as normal, tending to them, and if they don't give me anything, then it's not too big of a deal. But I'm not going to demolish any of these crops until probably the very last day of spring. Now, at the festival, time isn't going to pass. I'm not worried about getting to the festival too late or anything like that. I'm just going to take my time, and we will get to town when we get there. Watering day is always a little bit of a chore. Half of the stuff has been already kept watered from the strange moss, but then there's some of it I do have to water, so luckily we don't have to water the entire field, because I think that would take a little bit too long. But we got some strawberries coming in here, and I think what had happened with my strawberries was that it took a really long time for these to come in. And I'm not entirely sure if I had these harvested in time for the Spring Festival. I think that I shipped my first shipment of these yesterday on the Saturday. But I think you need to have everything either shipped by Friday or Saturday before the festival. But I guess we're gonna find out once we actually get there. It's my understanding that everything that you have grown and sent out for the festival will be on display once you get there. So let's go ahead and dump those into the shipping pod. And then let's make our way down to town. Now, because it's Sunday, we also need to go and get our checkup from Dr. Hope. We'll go and do that first, just so that he can make sure everything is okay. We don't have any loose nuts or bolts rattling around or anything like that. And I am pretty excited to be attending a festival. I find that the Harvest Moon games that have a lot more festivals, or even have festivals in them, are really exciting. When I think about a game like Save the Homeland, for example, it's still a great game. It's very short and sweet, and I really enjoy playing it. But when I was playing it, I couldn't help but kind of miss the festivals, because there are no festivals in that game. It's nice. It sort of just gives you a little something to look forward to each month. So it's 3 o'clock. We still have plenty of time to get going to the festival here. but we'll let Dr. Hope do our checkup. Marcia should be coming to get you right after I finish your maintenance. The festival should last until late tonight. Can we go ahead and start your examination? Go right on ahead. And we get to attend with Marcia, which is really nice because she's one of the only villagers that actually seems to like us. That will make our time a little bit more enjoyable, I think. So there we go. Everything seems to be working as normal. Dr. Hope's gonna go into his usual spiel. I think he has the same lines of dialogue every single week. Let's see now, your maintenance is finished. It's almost time for the spring festival to start. Were you able to ship some crops besides potatoes and turnips? Yes, I was. That's good to hear. Dr. Hope, is Robo there? Oh, there you are. The spring festival will be starting soon. Come on, let's go. I stopped to look at the cave a little bit ago, and your crops were already set up on the altar. Well, I guess Robo and I will be going now. Goodbye, Doc. Goodbye, Vita. Have a good time, Miss Marcia, Master Robo. Yes, take care, and say hello to everyone for us. Alright, okay, Robo, let's go. They're not gonna come to the festival? That's kind of disappointing, but they seem like a bunch of hermits. I guess I'll just leave them to their business. I think it was right around here. Remember I told you that I saw some nature sprites once? I'm pretty sure it was around here somewhere. When I asked my grandma about it, she told me all about the nature sprites. They're a form of the forest spirit, and they help to protect the forest. What is it? You haven't seen them too, have you, Robo? Well, as a matter of fact, we did, back in the intro of the game. So yes, we have. I knew it! That's a relief. Most people don't believe me when I say that I've seen them. They must still be around. Come on, Robo, let's go. Not quite sure why Marcia brought that up. Maybe because it's a festival and we're giving thanks. Perhaps she thought that the sprites would be around, or maybe she just thought it was a good time to mention it. I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe it's just an excuse for us to bond with Marcia. Seeing as how she's glad that we believe her about the sprites and whatnot. And there's Nana. Hurry up, you two, it's starting. I already visited the altar, so I'll just wait for you here, okay? Okay, so we can talk to Marcia when we want to leave, and then we'll be able to finish up the day. As you can see, time stands still, so feel free to take your time and to talk to everybody that you can see attending the festival. So let's start with Max. We give an offering to the fire spirit and thanks for letting us live here on the island. It's important for us to remember to be thankful for what we have. Come on, Robo, let's give thanks. You are absolutely right. And Galleon. We haven't had this many people come for years. You know, it looks relatively empty. There are a lot more villagers in this village than the 6 or 7-ish people that are here, but whatever. Hello, Robo. You certainly worked hard. Don't worry too much about not being able to ship all 6 kinds of crops. I made up the difference. I'm sure this will go a long way to help others learn to accept you. Ah, yes. So it doesn't look like our strawberries made it to the festival, but as we can see, we've got potatoes, we've got turnips, asparagus, cucumber, and then we have the cabbage, and it's all been put on display very nicely there for us. Here's Jonathan. Hello, Robo. You'd think the person who supplied the crops for the offering would be here on time. But to tell you the truth, and don't tell anyone I said this, I wish I arrived late too. The mayor's speech just went on and on. Hey, I had important farming business to do, okay? So don't give me a hard time. What's wrong with auto-farmed crops? Old-fashioned ideas like that are what's keeping the young people away from events like this. Don't you agree? I actually don't agree. I put in a lot of work. I'll have to admit that I was a little taken aback to see that you missed my speech. But I must give you my thanks for shipping so many goods for the spring offering. I'll try and fill you in on the remarks I made when we have a little time to talk later on. Oh, that's okay, Mayor. Your thanks is enough. And then finally, I think the last person we can talk to is Marco. I'm busy right now. Don't bother me. I plan to construct a tunnel from here to an area deep underneath Flame Mountain. Then I'll use my new super coolant to stop the eruption. Pretty cool idea, eh? Well, if you think that tunneling into the bottom of a volcano is a good idea, then don't come crying to me when you get burned alive. But anyhow, it's a pretty straightforward festival. There's not really much else for us to do except for to talk to a couple people and to see the fruits of our labor put out here on display. Of course, I'm assuming that if I had gotten those strawberries out on time, they would also be on display, and perhaps Gaiac's dialogue would have changed. But regardless, for the most part, it seems like everyone is pretty happy with us. We're not allowed to go ahead and interact with the altar. We can't pray or leave an offering or anything like that, but I guess us growing and shipping these crops is probably enough of an offering, and we also came and attended the festival. Hopefully that's good enough to appease the spirit. Why, Robo, you look like you're having fun. You usually seem so straight-faced, I can never tell what you're thinking. But when you smile, you can actually be kind of cute. Well, I guess we should be heading home. Hey, where are you going? It's just getting interesting. That's right, Robo, we're about to start the Spring Festival dance. Ah, no! I guess Marcia isn't too much into dancing. And so, the Spring Festival ended without incident, and you returned to the Easter rooms late that night. When you returned, you found that the townspeople sent you 2 harvest baskets and 1 seed bag in gratitude. You felt exhausted from the dancing and singing that went on at the festival. But you discovered that working hard and helping other people can be quite enjoyable. And we are going to get some massive human stat increases. So our challenge goes up, our love goes up, intelligence is increased, creativity, and our humor also increases. Soon the night faded into a new day. And we're taken right back home, and we sleep right through until Monday morning. So keep in mind that you're not going to be able to save until you go back to bed on Monday night. If you had shipped anything into the shipping box, it should have automatically been shipped, and you should have your new money total inside your stats screen. And it's Monday, so the whole week starts over again. Don't forget to watch the cooking channel and keep an eye on the rest of your crops for the remaining week or so that we have left in spring. I hope you guys really enjoy the first festival of Innocent Life. I'm going to just keep playing probably through the rest of spring, and I will update everybody if something comes up or if there's something that I feel I need to show you. But if not, then I will most likely be seeing everybody on our next Sunday, or as we get closer into the summer season. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will be seeing you next time.